You know what? I think that there must have been, at some point in humanity's history, we must have been hunting creatures that we used for food with like poisonous hair or something. I can come up with no other reason for why the sensation of hair in your mouth is so viscerally terrible. Anyways, hello guys, welcome to the stream. We're here for some Danganronpa. Last time there was a murder. This time we're solving it. Let's get to work. Oh, there's a new Deep Rock Galactic update, eh? Interesting. Anyways, let's get into this. Alright, we were here. Hifumi's body, discovered in the nurse's office. Taka's body, discovered in the equipment room. I was witness to two nightmares, one right after another. No, they weren't nightmares. This is harsh reality. The true nightmare is the reality I have to face every day. But still, why is this happening? Still think the gameplay is too quiet. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I guess it could be a bit louder. Alright, how about that? Better now? Okay. It is important to have it balanced properly for this game, because later on there will be voice acting that we want to have roughly in the same level. Okay. Lots of ellipses. So the way I see this, there's three theories that could explain this. It's either two murders, a double murder, or a murder-suicide. That's the way I see it. Wait. Oh, right. I was gonna say, she's not dead, is she? No, she just fainted, right? Toko! Don't tell me Toko, too! Relax, she just passed out when she saw the blood. The blood? Oh, that's right, when Toko is, Toko, she has a fear of blood, huh? We've tried to get her, or tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her be for now. It's like he said, I should just leave her alone for now. So, what do you have to say? Literally nothing. Okay, I mean, I guess we should look at the body. Taka. Damn it, why did this happen? There's, of course, hammer. Another hammer. Now it's just hammer 4. It's even bigger than before. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too?
However,
but why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1, then Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. But this time it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to number 3? Ah, they don't know. They don't know.
what?
What's the matter? Oh, well, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you just reminded me.
What?
Out with it. Do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi's dead too.
What? Hey!
Hifumi's been killed? Yeah.
I see.
Which is why you came to get us. Then we'd better go check it out. Of course, come on. So Sakura, Byakuya, and I rushed out of the physics lab. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab... Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard Hifumi is dead, right?
Indeed.
But that is not all. It is gone. Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. What? What?
What did you say?
What are you talking about? It's disappeared? Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What?
What the heck is happening here?
Hey!
Everyone back to the nurse's office. Yeah, this is a bit crazy. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. Oh, I didn't even take note of that, Alex. I reached the nurse's office completely out of breath. Huh. I couldn't believe my eyes. Hifumi's body was there just a few minutes earlier. It just disappeared? Hina, what do you have to say for yourself? What did you see? Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, but we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back,
Indeed.
this must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. I will say, I don't remember Celeste being this distraught in previous killings. It's interesting. Granted, I mean, people... Not that it's suspicious to be distraught at the sight of murder, but it's worth noting. Could mean maybe she's putting up an act to not seem suspicious, or it could just be that, like this one in particular, has really gotten to her. She was personally attacked, which is interesting. But a lot of these people are kind of spiraling mentally, given the situation, which makes sense. We are all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear.
Why?
First there were 2 murders, now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural. Oh, hold on, what do you mean 2 murders?
Hina.
Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room.
No way!
It can't be. Taka too. It can't be.
Hina.
Hina, calm down. We're all gonna die. All of us. They're gonna kill us, all of us. Family's huge. Can't have been easy to move. Yeah. Then who might the next target be? Toko? Huh?
What?
I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room.
Well,
You left her at the scene of the crime? We didn't have a choice. She passed out and she refused to wake up.
huh?
So she is still unconscious?
Damn.
Wait, so you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me wherever I go. We'd be better off without her.
Bastard!
Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone stop fighting. Right now we need to hurry back.
Huh?
I can't take this anymore. Don't let anyone else to die.
Damn.
Byakuya, if something's happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. We shot out of the nurse's office and pulled it up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed. And when we got there... They moved the other body, too. Why? Toko! Thank God you're okay. But right away I noticed there was something very different here. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right there, had disappeared. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all of this or something? No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before. What I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before.
Huh?
What? Are you saying Taka disappeared too?
Stop talking.
Stop saying disappeared. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously whoever did this has hidden the body. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our costumed suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree. We gotta hurry and catch him before he kills all of us. Just as a side note, who isn't part of our current cadre that's running around, by the way? That's gotta reduce the suspect list significantly. Because we got Tina, me, Byakuya, Celeste, Toko's been passed out the whole time, presumably. And Sakura. And who does that leave at this point? There's only 10 of us left, and 2 of them are dead. So that just leaves the kind of mystic dude, Hero, and someone else, who I can't remember right now.
Not possible.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that. Huh? Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies?
Well...
When Ifumi's death cry went up, everyone was together on the 3rd floor.
It is so.
After that, we split up into 2 groups. And now, this time, you all came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko. Right, Kyoko. Oh, how could I forget about Kyoko? She's missing too! And she's probably not dead, but... Hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi for when Celeste and Tifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are in love. But we accuse me of being in love again. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't true last time, but things aren't necessarily the same. I don't know. Wait, we didn't see Kyoko or Hiro yet? Well, Kyoko was with us during the time of the first 2 attacks, which were not technically murders. Hiro's the only one we haven't seen at all during this whole event. Which I feel like that's gotta be a misdirection, right? Because it really is, just based on everyone's alibis, he's the only possible one at this point. Which would be too easy. That's not at all. It at all. Well, anyway, yes, I do accept Kyoko's alibi.
Let's see.
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro? Which further means there'll be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Oh, that's right. There's a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
As long as that rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder. If they were to break that rule... I'd mince ya! Mince ya without a second thought! Mince ya, grind ya, turn ya into paste! By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish, like shrimp or crabs? Indeed.
Let's see.
So since 2 people have been killed, there is no possibility of any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Bakura? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we'd be better off without her, though.
In other words,
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. The 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it, is Hiro. But is he really the killer? And what about Kyoko? He's not involved in this case. Where did she go?
what?
Hey, Mikoto, what's the matter? Oh, no, it's nothing. Whatever, we need to find those bodies, or our little narrative here can't move forward.
So then,
Very well. Then let us split up and begin searching.
but
There is no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case.
cause I mean,
I know that. I mean, I think I do, but
Hina.
if you're still nervous, I'll come with you.
huh?
Okay. Thank you. No need to thank me. Then let's get moving. Yell out if you find anything. Byakuya left the equipment room, followed by the others. I have to try and find those 2 missing bodies. Okay, well, it wouldn't be in the physics room. Wouldn't really have been one between light and heavy, unless they somehow became zombies and got up themselves. See, where would I hide a body? The art room, maybe? Find anything in here?
Huh?
Where could 2 dead bodies have disappeared to?
Damn.
We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? Ooh, this is locked? Huh? The door must be locked. That's interesting. Why? How? Okay, so it's not the art room. The rec room, maybe? No, well, unless they're in the locker. It's a locker. Alright, do you need to look around this floor? Okay. Could be just a normal classroom, I guess, in theory. Not here. Oh, Makoto!
Come on.
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean...
Indeed.
I have found them. Hifumi and Taka's bodies have both been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I've already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. Their bodies were in the repository? That is quite the distance, is it not? I'm going the wrong way. Wait, is the repository on this floor? Where's the repository? Oh wait, for the art room, right? I was just there. Why is it only just now unlocked? Huh? Are the bodies here somewhere? I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. Up ahead is the repository. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked? Then I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw Why move them, though? Some hammers are missing. Marty's telling that immediately. The two bodies that had disappeared right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. Then I heard the announcement for a second time.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
And so here we are. Without further ado, let me give you all the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out while you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right. Just hand it over already. Now make sure to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later!
Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that is left to uncover is the culprit.
What the heck?
Oh, hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
That's terrible.
Dead. Gone forever. They're never coming back. Oh, this is all just too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. What? This wasn't... Excuse me? What? Huh? He's alive?
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Hifumi, wake up!
Huh? That's right.
Huh.
I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything
Everything?
before I met you all. I met you all.
His memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light. It's reaching out to me. Like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasu.
Yasu? Well, and there's that. His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed in his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat. What? No, I would never murder someone with a hammer.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return, just leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps.
Yasuhiro Hagakure? Hagakure? I don't know how to pronounce that. You weird Japanese with your foreign-sounding names. Anyways, that is the only person he could have been referring to.
So, in other words,
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi? Then going so far as to hide their bodies? A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers? Is that what Hero is?
What is this?
It's true. I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill 2 of our friends? Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although this time it's not all that life or death, the trial will conclude without much trouble, which concerns me. This is too clean cuts. It can't be this simple.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this, to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it? Yeah, that's it?
very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko?
perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma!
Don't be rude, I'm here to answer your question! What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
The answer's no, right?
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
If it's a double murder, though, and each kills one of the victims, then would they not both be blackened?
So in other words, 2 people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
so then.
So are you saying nobody worked together this time either?
Hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just wanted to make sure you don't forget no matter how much you might assist in a murder. Only one blackened can graduate, an accomplice gets nothing. But it's a double murder.
So, in other words,
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
Well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
extreme!
the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. Put it into action. That's kind of vague. The true blackened? So just one person? Don't forget it can be Hero and the 16th mystery student, even though it's a double murder? Maybe. Though we don't have hard evidence that the 16th student exists, so... certainly not in universe we don't have. Or from our POV as our character, we don't. That's enough for explainifying! Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants! So there can only be one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. And I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. That's true then, Kyoko. Where are you?
However,
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hero is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
Yeah, I don't think we should consider a certain someone a suspect. Don't you think we should consider certain someone a suspect? Just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. What? I'm offended. Yeah. You, when did you? I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl. Milk sack?
you've gotta be kidding.
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time? I have an alibi, you know? She's right about that. When he heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
so then.
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure. I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Alright, we got the Monokuma file. Let's start with these hammers. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone, powder. Wait. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all. And it's wet? Did someone wash it recently? The spotless hammer isn't added to the truth bolt section. Interesting. Let's see, Taka. Taka. They'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Interesting. What about Hifumi? Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. And how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office, where he was discovered, to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third? And all without anyone noticing it? How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh. Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling something's different? Something got Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that, and why? Maybe he moved himself here. He was still technically alive when we found him. Hey, Makoto. I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Saka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Saka stuck together. And we came right to the repository, you know, to look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it, and why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. What do you think, Sakura? There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
Would you like my help? Sure? Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the pictures Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this Robo-Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailants. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? Oh, shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claim, we went back up to the 2nd floor, where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time, she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. He was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... a scream. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Fumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we've got to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into two groups. Celestina and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Why, if he wasn't dead yet, why did the body discovery announcement play? What? Hold on. I guess it could be error, but if he was still alive, we shouldn't have gotten the body discovery announcement, no? If he's just, like, gravely injured. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened. But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. Wait a minute. The body discovery announcement played for Taka, not Hifumi. That's what happened. Interesting. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Okay, so when we found Hifumi initially, he wasn't dead yet. That's gotta be relevant somehow. Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toka, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body has disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all of this or something? This time Taka's body had disappeared. So from there we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us she'd found the bodies and we all headed to the repository. And there we discovered the two bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now.
However,
looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Okay, what else we got to search here? Ooh, what's this? No, not this. There's should be a way to be like, no, I clicked the wrong thing. Spare me. I wanted this. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh, but wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? What do you make of this, Byakuya? Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And last thing Hifumi said when he died. Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So, in other words...
Then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? And to hide his identity, I would imagine. Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see? I mean, he is kinda dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? I probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Because all the rules says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps. I see, so that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with that attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Okay, I think that's everything here. There's only one way in and out of this room. It's through the door that Tina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from in the art room. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone... There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There's some places I already know about. First, the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. Indeed. Alright, let's go to... This is a physics room. Did I go the completely wrong way? No, surely not. Yep. Hey, Jill. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away? I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event! Some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me of the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from... here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. Huh, this tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and just recently, too. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. Odd way of going about things. There's definitely something big we're missing here. No doubt about that. I guess we'll go down again. Head on over to the nurse's office. Perhaps. I guess I'll take a look at the rec room on the way. And there is a murder weapon here. Celeste. Was she really attacked with this Justice Hammer 1? But what the heck is with this thing? Also, why, like, start with such... Like, that's a really weird way to do a murder. Like, you start with, like, a really light and wimpy weapon and then work your way up slowly. Why not just start on max? There's gotta be something in here. What do you think, Celeste? What are you investigating, Celeste? I am not investigating anything precisely speaking. I am simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? You know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone? We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... Can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Celeste's account has been added to the Truth Bolt section of your handbook. Justice Hammer 3, the one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind. Pretty weird. Ooh, what's in here? A mini fridge. A refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here. Blood transfusions, I guess. Doesn't help me, though. I'm not a vampire. Hold on! Blood for blood transfusions. Wait a minute. Now, that still doesn't make any sense. Like, you could use that to fake some sort of crime scene, I guess. But Taka and Hifumi are both definitely dead, right? What's back there? Trash can? It's just a normal trash can. Wait, there's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. It's got some kind of cartoon character on it? But it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth. And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either, but I think it might be important. That would Okay, let's imagine this. Hifumi teams up with someone to wear the robot suit. Like, there's definitely a world in which Hifumi covers himself in the blood for the IVs to make himself appear dead, then wipes up his glasses and goes up top. But why? Why? Like, I'm not against that happening, but I don't know why you would do that. Maybe he was like the accomplice of someone else and then got betrayed at the last minute?